All right, welcome back. All right, here we got our Lucky Tackle Box Bass Box XL for June of 2016. If you're not familiar with Lucky Tackle Box, they're a subscription-based service. $15 a month. They send you a box of tackle, usually worth $25 and up. This is the XL box, so it's an upgraded version of the Bass Box. So it's 2 extra lures. They're usually fairly good, like premium brand lures. I think this thing is 23 or 24 bucks instead of just 15. But it's every month so far that I've done the XL, it's really been worth it. So let's go ahead and see what is in the box. All wrapped up. Looks like I put it in here upside down this month. All right, so we're gonna tear through the paper here. Pull this thing open. All right, right on top we got our Fish Hound magazine with Travis Moran on the cover. Our Get Lucky sticker. Liking what I see so far.
Wow.
All right, our Lucky Tackle Box, and they're doing looking for donations for special ops survivors. So military survivors charity. So great cause there. What I am not seeing is a what's in the box card. Okay. Well, I guess I don't get a what's in the box card this month.
Do you want me to look it up while you...
I don't know if you'll be able to find it.
Okay.
There's not a link to what's in the box. However, I will say that I'm really liking what I see in here. So I won't have prices, but on the whole, this looks like a pretty darn good box. All right, so first thing I got here is a Buddha Bait Company 4-inch Baby Mama. So nice garlic scent to these, a little flipping bait. Kind of a square profile body rather than your normal flattened out rounded body. Got a nice groove cut in it for a hook channel and good ribbing on the body itself. But it just looks like a good little flipping bait. This is a green pumpkin color. So pretty cool little bait there. All right, next up we got a Snagproof Jig. So I've gotten a couple of these over the last year or so from various companies, and this is just kind of a cool concept. I haven't thrown it a whole lot. I haven't gotten a chance to throw it a whole lot. I don't know how much of a chance I'll get to throw this one just because the color's a little bit off for the clear water I fish. But what's cool about these Snagproof bass grabber jigs is it's designed around a twin prong frog hook. So the idea is that no matter how this thing's laying on the bottom, at least one of the hooks is facing up, and when you set the hook, you're going to get the bass hook through the top of its mouth pretty much every time. Feels like about a 1/2 ounce jig. Yep, 1/2 ounce black and blue, and but twin hook, twin weed guard, and then you got a little keeper on the back here to stuff your trailer on. So that is the Bass Grabber Jig from Snagproof. Get to that last. Next up, one of my all-time favorites from FishHawk Lures, FishHawk Soft Tackle Company. This is the Coontail worm, and I have caught. This is actually my go-to drop shot worm. And this is in a watermelon red with a little chartreuse tail. So this tail floats. So you got this thing on the hook, put it on a shaky head, the tail will sit up there and quiver since it floats. And on a drop shot, the tail will kind of float up and hold this thing out. I have caught a ton of bass drop shotting this exact worm in this exact color. So I actually discovered FishHawk tackle through, I believe it was Lucky Tackle Box. about a year ago, and discovered one of my favorite companies and favorite baits in the process. So that's the FishHawk Coontail worm. All right, next in here we've got a Throwback Lures walk-in Paycheck. So this nice little walking bait. Looks like kind of a sexy shad color. Sticky sharp hooks. Feels like maybe a 3/8 of an ounce, so it may not be that heavy. And this is a sexy color. But it's a nice small walking bait. Shape's kind of like a Lucky Craft gunfish. Got a little bit of a cup to the mouth, and there's actually a little bit of flake in the clear coat as well, so kind of cool looking little lure. And that is the Throwback Lures walk-in Paycheck. All right, next in here we've got a pack of Mustad Hooks, wide gap. I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure what these hooks are. It's somewhere between an offset or a wide gap worm hook and like a kale hook. There's a little bit of twist in the shaft. I imagine you could rig a swim bait on this, or really any kind of soft plastic if you wanted to. Yeah, there they are. It's just a 5-pack of 6/0 hooks. Alright, so I mentioned there are typically some premium baits in the XL box. So the first thing up here we've got is the Gary Yamamoto Shibuki Popper. So a size 60. I'm not sure how much this thing weighs, but Yamamoto baits, if you've ever thrown a Senko, you're familiar with Yamamoto baits. And expanded out into hard baits over the last year or two, and or last couple years I should say, and they're just really high quality baits in general. So this is a little popper. If I had to guess, it's a 1/4 ounce, 60 size, really cool color. So the bait itself is clear. This white pearl finish is sprayed over the top of it, but the little ribbing in here, you can see there's a prism foil down the middle of the bait that'll kind of catch the light through the gaps in the paint on the outside. You know, Yamamoto baits, like I said, premium bait. This is actually built with Mustad wide gaps, Mustad wide gap trebles. So real good hooks on this thing as well. And that is the Shibuki Popper from Yamamoto. And the last thing in here is a Livingston Lures Pro Sizzle. So Livingston Lures, and this is definitely a premium bait. This is about a $14 or $15 bait right here. What makes the Livingston Lures special is there is a computer chip and a sound emitter inside this lure. So when it hits the water and the connection's made, and you should be able to hear that. The sound chip activates and it starts making bait fish sounds. So it makes the chirping sound of, and this is one of the basic ones, so it makes the chirping sound of shad feeding or some kind of bait fish feeding. And there's a light in the tail as well, which is a little extra attraction. I haven't thrown their top water that much, but I've had really, really good luck with their crankbaits over the last year or two. So that is the Livingston Lures Pro Sizzle. You know, it's like a sexy shad or chrome sexy shad. So really pretty lure. Looking forward to throwing that for sure. Oh, and then the hidden bait that I hadn't noticed. So last thing we got in here is a Z-Man Hula Sticks. So Z-Man, awesome Elastec plastic. You almost can't break this stuff. The thing about the Hula Sticks is there's a ton of salt in these things. So these aren't quite as durable as a lot of the Elastec baits are, just because the salt weakens it a little bit, but they still stretch really well. But the Hula Stick is kind of a cool little lure if you're familiar with a Ned rig. Instead of just being a little part of a Senko like the TRD is, this has got little appendages off the back, so you can kind of spread these things out. So it'll give a Ned rig just a little bit of extra action on the fall. So that is and these are in green pumpkin, and it is a full pack actually. So 4-pack of these things. And that is the Hula Sticks from Z-Man. All right, that's everything that's in the box this month. So I'm kind of disappointed there wasn't a what's in the box card, but yeah, can't have everything. Overall, pretty darn good box though. And that's the Lucky Tackle Box Bass Box XL. Hey, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and check out my other videos for more unboxings and some bass fishing and whatever else I happen to get up to. Until next time, cheers and tight lines.